It is day one of rutcation 2024. Well, a change of plans on the way up here. Alex sent me a few pictures of a buck that showed up 3 days in a row on a property that wasn't even on my radar. So we're gonna go in there, set up a ground blind for the next few days, and then get in there and hunt all day. He's shown up midday and morning 2 days, and then in the morning the last 3. And he's a pretty good size endpoint. November 1st, for the next 30 days, anything can happen at any time. So it's exciting. Well, this is completely different than the last time I was at this property. He's now planted it in wheat. The wheat didn't take very good, but last time I was here it was all native grasses. So we got the pop-up blind on our back, and we're gonna go get it set up real quick for the next 2 days. Back here to the spot that I had a camera out a few years and didn't check it till after season, but we found out that there was a lot of rutting activity on it. So we're gonna go back there, check a non-cell that we have, and hopefully if the camera's good, we're gonna set up on it. We did run into another hunter in the parking lot, but he's going to the complete opposite side of the property. He's got a ground blind with him, so he's not gonna really affect us too much, but hopefully this camera shows us something good so we can have a little more confidence for this evening. Alright, we made it to the camera. We got our card reader. We're gonna get this camera checked real quick. When you get a new phone that has a different port, make sure you get a new card reader too. We're set up November 1st. I would consider it first day of the rut. There should be rutting behavior going on. We're set up on a fence line that these deer travel up and down when they're looking for does. You've got doe bedding in front of me and the wind's blowing in my face. So if these bucks are going to start cruising and going downwind and doe bedding, they're going to be on this fence line. Well, we made it back to the truck, and there was another truck in the parking lot. So that's me and 2 other hunters. So we're going to rule this place out, have a camera out. Unless it just starts popping off, we're not going to come back here and waste our time. Goal is to get away from the pressure. So learn something, and it's don't hunt here. So we're gonna get on, go back to town, and get ready for tomorrow. Well, we're set up in the blind. We got about an hour before legal. I think we got in here pretty clean and quiet. We didn't bump anything that I know of. So this bug's been showing up anywhere between 7:30 and 9. We're gonna sit tight until the sun comes up, and we're gonna hunt all day long. It should start raining around noon. coming down pretty hard now, so I don't think we're going to see any movement at this exact point, but I definitely think once it subsides and the rain gets lighter that we're going to start seeing some deer come through here. Because they're going to be bedded down right now, and once it stops they're going to want to get on their feet and move around. So I think it's actually a pretty good thing, because it's going to push them and force them to stay where they're at right now, and once it stops they're going to really want to move. So it's supposed to stop here in about 2 hours. And I think we really only have about a 2-hour period today where it's going to be either light or no rain at all. So we're going to see. We're going to sit here, weather out the storm, and hopefully get a shot at one when the rain lightens up a little bit. Well, we're cooking some grub. We're gonna go to Walmart, get a few things, go make some mock scrapes, put some cameras out, set some stands up, and prepare for the cold front that's coming through after this rain gets done. Our little furry friend left sometime in the night when I was sleeping. It came in yesterday, and there's a raccoon in this room that wouldn't leave. So I finally just had to go to sleep with him in the corner, and woke up and he was gone. I left him a little chip as a peace offering, and he took it and left. So hopefully he doesn't come in here and ruin all my stuff when I'm gone hunting one day. But Paul's in Illinois. He's already been seeing some deer. He saw 12 last night. Well, it's 11 o'clock. We've got about 30 more minutes till we get to the property, and I think we're gonna hit it right on the head as far as what I think the best time is to get in and mess with some sets somewhere between 11 and 3. I think you do the least amount of damage and have the least amount of chance of something coming through and busting you. Passing one of the properties, let's see if there's a truck. No vehicles. It's a good sign, considering last year pretty much every time I passed this property there was a truck in the parking lot. But depending on what Paul's camera shows, I may hunt here this evening if the wind's right. But because he said he's had deer every single day on camera, shooter bucks. Hopefully she's back up and running. That's a big old buck track right there. So there's the stand. Right there. And here are two just magnum scrapes. So we'll be sitting right there. So spot one is set. Alright, we're gonna go mess with a different camera. I need to turn it because it's not, I don't like the angle it's at. But while we're here, I'm gonna try to figure out where a big buck's going that I have on camera. I have him on camera twice, but only at night at like 4 a.m. So there's a few places here that I've never walked, so I'm gonna walk it and see if I can find anything new and exciting with all this soft ground after the rain. See if I can find some tracks, trails, or scrapes. There's a big buck track right there. The only problem with this is there's the parking lot. So I don't think we'd really be able to get in right here
and hunt. It is an option though to just put a camera and see what happens. And all this is fresh. Oh, look at this rub. Alright, so after walking around, I think what they're doing in here is eating all this fresh green growth around this pond. There's a lot of green in this bottom of the pond. And a lot of the tracks either go to the pond or go very close to where the edge of that green growth is. So I think I see a tree right here that if I can get in, it's going to be perfect. Thinking I can get my stand about right here. I'm going to be up in all this, but I'll be able to shoot down into this whole bottom and have all of this cover behind me. I may only be 4 feet off the ground here, but compared to when they're down there, I mean, I'm still 12 feet, 15 feet above them. The challenge is going to be if they walk in this open behind me, they're going to be at eye level. And this is still a 30-yard shot. But a 30-yard shot is very doable. May not be preferred, but it can be done. So we're going to see what the camera does, and we have a tree picked out. Let's just get us some intel. So the hardest thing to figure out, so the food source. This giant, beautiful wheat field behind me. They go to the north in the mornings before sunup, leaving the field. There are no tracks going towards the field. I don't have any pictures of deer going to the field in the evening. Between here and all this land, where do they go to come out back to this field in the evening? There's another piece of public right here. There's a feeder right here. And there's a draw that comes down. So I'm gonna go look and see if they just come out and make a big loop. And the evenings they come out into this other corner of the field that I've never looked at. I've run into 2 trails so far. This one has some fresh sign. The other one was just a trail. I don't see any here on the barbed wires. But all that could have been washed off with this heavy rain. But I mean, holy crap. I just found a stud of a shed. Holy crap. We're gonna go back to the truck, get the main camera. This is the buck we're hunting shed from last year. There's his kicker. That's his left side. And this year, it's a big deer. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get our big camera and we're gonna set up on that hill by that cedar tree and glass this all night. Alright, well, we're going back in. We got the bow, decoy, antlers, grunt call just in case. Because if we see him, or a big one, and he allows us to make a play to get down the hill to try to decoy him in, that's what we're going to do. Well, we're a heck of a lot closer to this bottom than I wanted to be. Where it's 30 yards to the base of this hill, and there are a few trails that cut through there, so I'm just not as I can't be as careless. I'm gonna have to still worry about movement because they're gonna be probably within 150 yards of me. So we're kind of just gonna tuck up in here and wait it out. It's about, what time is it? It's probably 3:45. Yeah, 3:45 right now. And I think legal's at 6:08, so we got a little over 2 hours. But I think that last hour and a half we should start seeing some deer funnel out of all these drainages, go into the wheat. So fingers crossed we at least get to lay eyes on that big one tonight. If not him, a different one. But sit tight and enjoy the evening. I can't tell, but that kicker 8 may just have come into the field. Well, we ended up seeing 2 bucks on private. A split G2 buck that I don't have on camera, and then a spike. The split G2 buck did come onto public at legal. I wasn't able to get it on video because it was kind of dark, but it was before legal. He jumped on, hit a licking branch, and went back to the wheat field. So if he does the same thing, next time we get that wind, we're going to go back in there, sit where he came, and if he does the same thing, we're going to kill him. So. And then the shed that we found is not the kicker buck that we have. I looked at his pictures from last year, and he had taller G2s and brow tines. So there's some other buck running around out there with kickers. I'd be interested to see what he looks like this year. But thank you all for watching. It's been fun. We're going to get after it come in the next few weeks. So stay tuned, like, subscribe. Thank you all.